Hey, this is Kay, one of the members of Murder and Its Victims. And I just wanted to do like an intro or like a welcome type video um, so that you could get to hear my voice, you can know some things and whatnot. So I wanted to do a Q&A just to find out, anything anybody wants to know. But then I was just like, are people going to ask me what's my favorite color and, what do I do for a living and all that stuff. But I was like, no, I'm not going to be answering, but so much of like stuff like that. I meant more or less thinking what got me into crimes and everything like that. For the record, yes, I do work full time and I am a student. But I think the biggest thing is what probably got me into crime. So I'll be discussing that. When I was 10 years old, I was actually outside with my mother. We were at a payphone and I was watching this young man. He went into a store and on his way out, four guys walked up to him and shot him to death. So this is a 10-year-old witnessing a murder. And that was very shocking to me. I was just very, of course, like what in the world? I don't, I think that got me into it. That's the only thing I really can think of. It's like that got me into wanting to read more about crimes. However, that really didn't start until I got in high school. There was a website called Crime Library, and that kind of got me into reading more. Well, they had more available sources. So on Crime Library, you could look up different people like, oh, so many people. It was just a very good website. I don't know why they took it down, but it was very, it had a lot of information about a lot of different crimes. And I guess since then, I moved into watching the ID channel, Court TV. Before it was Court TV, it was like another channel that dealt with like crimes and stuff like that. It was called something else. I can't remember. But I ended up starting to look at that. And, I just was interested in just watching different, I only watched true crime though. I didn't watch like CIS or drama crime shows like with LL Cool J and stuff like that. Ice-T. I didn't watch like that type of stuff, so they only had to be like true crimes, Oxygen Channel, things like that. As far as writing, I have loved to write. Like I wanted to be a famous writer, so I've been writing since I was a little girl, and that really, I guess I just wanted to put two and two together. Now, I did not think about putting two and two together until sometime last year. I was just kind of like, man, I kind of want to do something that I like and enjoy and, try to figure out how to put things together. And I was thinking to myself, well, maybe I could just write about, crimes that aren't really talked about, right? And then I was thinking, well, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only person that has wrote about crimes or anything. So what will make me stand out? What will make me be different from somebody else? And so it kind of discouraged me because it's like, oh my gosh, well, there's probably like a lot of people out there talking about the same thing, and I don't want to be. But then I thought to myself, well, there's different hair companies, there's different makeup companies, so there's room for everybody. So I actually started last year, December, talking about older crimes. That really was going to be my focus, was older crimes, not really the current stuff, because most people might hear about that in the news. So I started that. I started it on Instagram first, and then ended up going to Facebook. My first Instagram page I got locked out on, so so I had to make another one, which is why the Instagram has Murder and Its Victims too. It wasn't supposed to be like that at first. Um, and I was trying to get the other one back anyway, and I just could not. So if I ever do, I'm just gonna close that one down and then, you know, try to change the thing back to Murder and Its Victims, so it won't be like a 2. So if he would look up for 1, they might think it's somebody else's. No, the first one is mine. I just got locked out. Yeah, and so then I felt like I needed a little help because, like I said, with school, with work, it had gotten kind of hard to keep up with writing so much. So my mother decided that she would help me. She likes to write as well. She was there when the crime happened when I was 10. So she decided that she would offer to help me to write. And so that's how we became a duo in this group. And it's been helpful to have somebody else to just kind of fill in, especially if you're not feeling well, or just to have that extra, more as the group grows, more people want you to write about different things. We get a lot of requests, which is awesome. So yeah, that's partly why I got into it. As far as the group, I would say I got my first request sometime early in 2001. Somebody wanted me to write a story about their family member. And I was oh my gosh, I was so shocked. I was so like honored because I wanted to make sure people knew that I was not trying to make a mockery of anything. It was not just to be gruesome or to expose or anything. I just wanted to tell the story, and then also give my condolences and express, care and be, mindful of what I say and how I say it, but also tell the story. So I was so honored when somebody wanted me to write about their family, because I can't imagine how hard that is to kind of relive that in a sense, and it felt good. I can't express how, great it made me feel. A lot of people have requested that we do their stories, and I thought that was just so great. So I so appreciate it. And then, of course, people would want requests for different stories. So how I got into doing current stories was a request from my cousin, actually, who made me aware about a little girl who had been adopted by a family, and then they abused her. And then, she ended up dying over the abuse. Yeah, that's actually how I got started on current crimes. And, that really took off. That made the group really take off. Okay, so the little girl's name was Victoria Rose Smith. So that was the first big story that we did, which kind of took off. And I was happy with the response of it. More people were giving me information. I actually, her former foster family reached out to me, and so it was nice to have that connection to people. And then they saw what I did. They appreciated how I did it, and I was, making sure that I was on the right path. Overall, I tried to expand the group, not from only Instagram and Facebook, but now TikTok and YouTube. Eventually, I would like to have a web page or podcast, all of that. But I have so much to learn when it comes to doing all of these things. So I'm still learning, watching YouTube to find out how to do YouTube, and trying to get everything together. But I appreciate the support for sure. Now, people might have a question of what crime has impacted me the most, or as far as me writing one. Whenever you have to like sit down and write, they all kind of impact you because it's just horrible, so each one is just sad, and I couldn't pick one as far as writing. Now, growing up, I would say that the Marilyn Manson murders were the ones that just really bothered me a lot. And the more you read, the more it's just crazy. So that's the one that kind of sticks out to me the most. For the most part, I try to keep the famous known murders off of the page because people already know about that. However, if an anniversary comes up or a change, an event happens where, like, recently this year, Amityville horror murderer Ronald DeFeo passed away. So that's when I would just, make a note of it. Like, hey, this person passed away. This is what they did. Very briefly, but I mean, I don't want to continue to do the same crimes, Ted Bundy, the same people like that. It's just, it gets overdone and oversaturated. So I try to kind of stay away from those things unless something in particular happened or there was a special date that came about. So I think overall, I might be able to do like a podcast thing on YouTube and then be able to add images and really complete the story like that. I'm trying to, figure it all out for sure. And so it can be done. I don't want anything to be just thrown up there. But yeah, I just got a lot to learn. But I wanted to say thank you to everybody who has joined and has, let me know about any changes to any stories, any updates. That's been so helpful. So please, if you see anything wrong, let me know. Because sometimes, I'm just typing away and stuff like that. I always appreciate that. And just want to say thank you so much. And I hope that you continue to enjoy. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you can be aware of, when I post something, which hopefully when I learn more, I can post more. Thank you so much.